Didi, I want to thank you for the heart that you have. We are professional, but we are not powerful. We know how to do things as the book narrates, but we don't know how to use our discretion and make decisions that make things happen. Because sometimes the book causes you to be a commoner, a statistic of average performance, but discretion can cause you to be outstanding. Book knowledge and the standards that you are given to operate from can make you to be a commoner. In other words, become like everyone else. But discretion is what you apply from the place of the capacity you have developed when everybody else was not there. And when you apply discretion, you start to produce supernatural and uncommon results. This thing is like the houses and the families that we run. If you are a head of the house just because you are the one who paid lobola, your marriage will be a mediocre marriage. But if you take leadership and apply discretion for the success and the advancement of your marriage institution, you are able to build a marriage that's different to other marriages. Your school will be an ordinary school if you go only by the book knowledge, because every other school next door to you goes by the same book. But the difference that you are going to instill stems or emanates from your discretion. But discretion, it's not about how you feel. That's why tonight we are all feeling good. I can see it's an error for a manager of an institution to be weaker than the subordinates. Book knowledge says that you must look the role as a manager. That's why you look professional every day, but you are not powerful. So when your subordinates deal with you and relate with you, they are dealing with a person whom they don't regard. Because it is not the suit and the tie you are wearing they regard. It's the power that they feel when they interact with you. So professionalism is academic. Power is spiritual. So we are from places of academia, the space of academia. We know things, we have been taught things, but we don't know how to apply things because we are not spiritually inclined. We are people who are created, but we want to inform the Creator how He should operate with us. You want to tell God how you want things done in your school instead of going to God and asking God to do things as He wishes to do in your institution. Your power does not come from the car you drive, the money you have. There are people who have better money, better cars than you do. Your power comes from your submission to the one who is in charge of all things. Today, Didi, we are celebrating your efforts, but we know the one who has given you the strength to effect the efforts. We know the one who has propelled you to be the person that you are and to produce what you have produced. Without Him, you are a skeleton walking without life. It is God enforcing Himself in us that we become powerful. Politicians understand the science of politics, and that's why they debate based on the science of politics. But a politician without the backup of God is a limited politician. A district director without the backup of God is a limited director. A circuit manager without the backup of God is a limited circuit manager. A principal without the backup of God is a limited principle. I know some of you who are coming from the space of academia, you may bring science and tell me that God does not exist. I don't have a problem with that. But I can tell you today that the mouth you are using to speak and tell me that God does not exist, it is the same God who has given you the ability to say that. You don't have it in you to speak life or to speak death or to even blink your eye, because you are a skeleton formed from dust. It is God who has breathed himself in you. You can never neglect the source of your power. How you will realize. I know some of you expected me to give you 5 steps of performance. It's not the night for that. I have prayed for this session. I have asked God to give me revelation that is going to transform the hearts of men and women. Your impact is limited compared to the impact that God can make you to have. So you might think you are successful because you are judging from your impact. But there is more to your success if you can incline yourself to the God who can make you more impactful. If you understand that God is the backup of your leadership and management skill in your institution, you will not beg anybody to join you in your journey, because you know that you and God are a majority. We are busy begging the people who are supposed to beg us because we don't know who we are. You are submitting to people who are supposed to submit to you because you don't know who you are. Your language is a language of defeat. It's not a language of victory. When we speak about progress, you are the first one to be used by the devil to be against progress. Because you don't know who you are. You don't know that you are more powerful than the devil himself. You are more powerful than Muti. You are more powerful than curses that can be said in your direction. So we are professional, but we are not powerful. And tonight, I want to ignite the power that lies dormant within you. I want you to arise and shine from the place of understanding, not from the place of competition. You don't shine because you want to be seen. You shine because it's your second nature. I said you don't shine because you want to be seen. You shine because it's your second nature. You don't have a choice but to shine. You don't have a choice but to rise. You don't have a choice but to be powerful. You don't have a choice but to be glorious. You don't have a choice but to excel. You don't have a choice. It's your nature. But if you don't understand that it is your nature, you will struggle. My goodness. You will struggle to exhibit who you are because you don't know who you are. So you will want people to tell you who you are, and you will go with the opinions of people about who you are, not God's opinion about who you are. Ke kgathetse ka batho ba phelang tjeka diphoofolo ba le di-image tsa Modimo. Ha ona phoofolo e leng image ya Modimo, ke motho fela ya leng image ya Modimo. That's how powerful you are. You are powerful to an extent that you can even tame the lions. Don't even talk about naming them, taming them, getting the lion to do what you want it to do. But if you don't know who you are, you run away from the things you have the power to tame. Only the challenges that have oppressed you as a principal. You are seated here tonight, you are smiling, but your heart is not smiling. You know that you are in pain, you are broken, you are not happy serving in the institution where you are serving. I've come to diagnose your unhappiness. Your unhappiness is not because of what people people have done to you. It's what you have done to yourself through what people have done to you. There's no one who carries power to shake you and to move you. You allow them to do that. There's no one who has power to depress and oppress you and to stress you in your God-given assignment. You allow them to do that. And that's why when we sit down with you, you tell us, hey, I've got one teacher here, he's giving me trouble. Why now? The image of God being given trouble by a human being who does not even know the God you know. You struggle to deal with a human being, which is the created, when you are working with the creator. You don't know who you are. You are operating at the secular, worldly standards. You are not operating from the supernatural dimension. Because if you operate from there, you come on earth and demand and command and establish things you want to see in the world. All of us are destined for a destination. We are headed somewhere, but our roots are not the same. When I say roots, I'm not talking of roots of plants, I'm talking of direction. How we are going to get there, we are not using the same roots. And what determines what you do before you get there, it's the time that you are told that you must arrive there. So if you don't know the time when you must arrive there, you start treating yourself casual. You start being petty about the things you must take serious. Because you don't know when you are expected to get there. Not even talking about knowing where to get to. Women will understand better that if you are told that the event starts at 10, and you know the route you are going to use, that it's a shorter route, you leverage on the time you have, which others who are coming from far don't have. You know that the distance for you is shorter. Therefore, you can take 3 hours applying makeup to yourself, because you want to look like the destiny you are headed to. So the language we speak, it's not because we are arrogant or we are crazy. It's a language we speak informed by where we are headed to. How we look is informed by where we are headed to. But if you don't know your destiny, you are going to waste time sleeping when you are supposed to be up. You are going to complain about the time you spend in the school, because you don't understand that the things you do within the time you spend in the school must be informed by where you are headed to. If you are going to arrive where you are headed to, there are things that you need to be cognizant of. How you manage your time, how you operate, the people you keep around you. Who are anti the make-up of your destiny. We mean it. We mean it. I always say that you must be friendly to everyone, because it doesn't help for you to be unfriendly. Be friendly to everyone, but don't make everyone your friend. Because you have a destination you are headed to. There are people who are going to hold you back as you are rushing and accelerating towards your destination. So we are seated here tonight. The principal, it's a Capricorn North. But do you know the success of the entire district comes from individual successes? It's not a group success before it's an individual success. When individuals collaborate, they form a group and a team. But there's no team without individuals. So I'm not talking to teams here. I'm talking to individuals. I know it's not all of you that hear me tonight. I'm not here for all of you. I'm here for those who've got giants that are sleeping within them. And I'm here to awaken that giant and tell you, Hori, when you walk out of this event organized by the district, how you walk will tell what you have located. How you speak will tell what you have located. How you behave will tell what you have located. Tlohela ho inyatsisa ka batho. Because you are not a small person. God doesn't produce the number last. Mudimu producer the show. You are the head and not the tail. And you must understand that. Believe that and walk with that. Your routine must be determined not from your background, but from your destiny. I'm going to say that again. Your routine must be determined not from your background, but from your destiny. So what happens in your life today must be determined by what will happen tomorrow. Missed call, let me read that. What happens to your life, leadership, today must be informed by what will happen tomorrow. But what will happen tomorrow will never influence what happens today if you don't know about it. Okay. So when our two fella our pillar, uno pillar pillar. That's why even when we greet you, how are you? Area pillar fella says pillar. Because you don't know where you are headed to. And that's why your language is not the language of where you are headed to. It's a language of where you are and where you come from. Present and past should not dictate the future. The future must change the landscape of your present. Sometimes principals don't settle, look, you know, I've got a house in the village, I don't owe it, I don't pay bond. Sometimes take your car and drive around estates. Or drive around that. You will feel the giant that is locked up within you arising and saying, this is my environment. But if the giant is sleeping, every environment becomes your environment. You deserve better, but you don't know you deserve better. That's why you settle for less. Because you think the less is your better. Eh? You think that the less is your better because you don't know the better from the less. Tell the person next to you and say, he's talking about you, don't settle for less. There is a giant within you. Now, say this after me, preparation. Say it like I'm motivated. Preparation precedes performance. The amount of time you spend preparing must be informed by the level you want to achieve in performance. It's like that. Umuntu ofuna uku-achieve 100% aka preparing njengomuntu o writing a 50. Ngisho futhi umuntu o sharp nge-50% aka preparing njengomuntu ofuna uku-achieve 100%. So i-preparation quality yakho i-informiwa yi-level ye-performance oyi-desirayo. So u-desire i-level ye-performance because of your inclination to your destiny. Remember ngikhuluma nge-destiny. Angikhulumi ngala suka khona. The battles that you are fighting today are because of where you come from. Yeah, the people you call enemies today are because of where you come from, not where you are headed to. So you are treating people based on the past, not based on destiny. So abanye bethu sizidelay ukufika ku destiny because of abantu esibabambe ngeenhliziyo. Abantu who don't belong to our future, they are residents of our past. Uvumele lo muntu lo ukuthi adelay ukufika kwakho ku-destiny yakho. Kodwa lo muntu lo, it's not part of where you are headed to. It's part of where you come from. I was saying to Dr. Maponya today, and I said, your circle must be small. I know who belongs to my circle because it's small. So I was saying to him, I know my circle because my circle is small. And then he said something to me, hey, mina I struggle to identify abantu because abantu baningi ku circle yami. What was my words to you? I said, cut your circle, it's too big. If in your circle you are surrounded by many people, you are already delayed to reach your destiny. Because you are listening to so many voices. Others are voices of jealousy. Others are voices of criticism. Others are voices of competition. Others are voices of jealousy and worry and all of those negative things. You are listening to all of them. That's why you are not taking a move from one voice, because you are hearing many voices. And many voices will make your life void of greatness. Write it down. Many voices will make your life void of greatness. You must have few people that you can identify in your circle. And you can count them. You know there's this 1, 2, 3. And all of them are not there because yesterday they smiled at you. They are not there because yesterday they shared their lunchbox with you. They are there in your circle because of shared purpose and shared values. What are you doing with a man who's cheating on his wife if you are not supposed to cheat on your wife to get to your destiny faster? I will redive. You tell me today, what are you doing with a man whose talk to you is always about what kind of a woman he had last weekend or last night? And you know he's married. What are you doing with this man? Where is he taking you? If you know a destiny that you must reach, tell the person next to you and say, don't delay yourself. Because of cheap people you are surrounding yourself with. I am closing now. DT said I've got an hour, but I know when people have heard me and I can sit down. I want to close now on a serious matter. How many of you are 50 years and above? All of you, almost. Now listen to this. Can you listen to this? Imagine 50 years plus. 50 years? You are still struggling come Jolo. 50 years plus. Jolo. Now listen, at that age, you should be thinking of offshore investment. You should be thinking of estate investment. You should be thinking of building colleges where even your grandchildren will be learners in the college owned by their grandparent. When your phone rings and you're in the bathroom, you even fall on the tiles running for the phone so that the wife does not see it. That's cheap. That's cheap. Moreover, listen class. Moreover, as a manager of an institution, if you are allowing, these things are not are not impossible things to overcome. You have just brought yourself to a lower level. And that's why they conquer you. At the level you should be operating, these things are conquerable. If you're operating at a level yabu mudimu, these things are walkovers. It's a walkover. Now, if we are going to really make our institutions, and when I say institutions, if you are going to make that institution to be an institution of quality, it begins with you. You know, it's not easy to tell people about ethics if you are not ethical. And there are people who will never listen to you because they know your lifestyle. I didn't hear what you said, but I'm also smiling over it. Preparation will cause you to avoid reparation. If you don't prepare, you'll pay the price for unpreparedness. And that price is heavier than the price of preparedness. Some of us are spending sleepless nights, not because we are attacked by demons during our sleep. No. Because we are preparing for what's coming that will lead us to our destiny. I'm busy with a book now. It's around 250 pages. And I told others, and I said, I'm not going to publish this one until it's 400 pages. Because I know that the level I'm entering now, it's a level of coaching professors. It's a level of professors inviting me to coach them. So the books I produce now are no longer the books of the level I was functioning from. It's the books of the destiny I'm headed to. Maungayazi destiny uzophila sinoma kanjani. Maungayazi destiny, you will drive over 160 because you don't want to preserve this body that must get you to your destiny. You are no longer careful about how you live your life today because you can't see anything in your tomorrow. So impilo yakho namhlanje impilo informa ukuthi ubonani kusasa. Awukhulumi noma kanjani mawunekusasa olubonayo. Brampo, mawubona that greatness tomorrow. How you behave today, the people you keep today, is the people that must take you there. It's not the people that must take you where you are coming from. When usafuna ukuhamba nabantu ngoba ukhule naye. Because you were brought up together. Now you want to keep them in the place of the destiny they don't belong to. It's not every principal you are seated with on the table there that must be your friend. I'm done.